In this next video on two-step equations, things look a little different. Or things look a lot different. One entire side of our equation is now a fraction. You may remember from the previous sections of notes that I said multiplying or dividing happens entirely on a side of an equation, which is why normally we kept it until the end. Welcome to the exception to the rule. If we need to clear out a fraction, then multiplication is actually going to be our very first step. Now, pay very careful attention. This is easy to make an accidental mistake. We're going to multiply both sides of number 13 by the denominator of the fraction, which is 4. On the left-hand side, 4 times 4 is 16. Nothing odd about that. On the right-hand side, remember, multiplying by 4 and dividing by 4 are opposite operations. They just get rid of each other. What they do not do when they get rid of each other is change the denominator at all. We had a numerator. We had a numerator of 2 plus m. We took that whole thing and we're saying, okay, we're going to divide it by 4 and then we're going to multiply it by 4. Well, if we divide something by 4 and then multiply it by 4, we don't change it. So that means that when we do this step of multiplying both sides by the denominator, on the side that had the fraction, all we have left is the numerator. This is now a one-step equation. We're trying to move the 2 off, so we'll subtract it since it's positive, and m is 14. For number 14, the denominator is 3, so we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 3. Again, on the side with the fraction, all we're doing is eliminating the fraction. The numerator, the negative 3 plus x, remains. On the right side, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Now we have to add 3 to both sides to clean it out. And that gets us x is equal to negative 3. Feel free to pause the video and attempt 15 and 16. In number 15, we're going to multiply both sides by 6. That results with 18 is equal to negative 1 plus m. We then add 1 to both sides to get 19 is equal to m. In number 16, we will multiply both sides by 2. And that gets us negative 8 is equal to negative 6 plus r. We will then add 6 to both sides to get negative 2 is equal to r. And hey, look at that. Word problems. Abasra had some candy to give to 3 children. She took 7 pieces for herself and then evenly divided the rest among her children. Each child received 2 pieces. With how many pieces did she start? Okay. So we don't know how many pieces she started with. We know that she took 7 away from what she started with. We know she then took what she had left and divided it equally over her 3 children. And when she did that, each child got 2 pieces. So we don't know what she started with. She took from her starting pile 7 pieces for herself, so that's minus 7. After she did that, whatever she had left, she divided equally over 3 people. There's my divide by 3. And when she did that, each child got 2 pieces. So here's our two-step equation. We're going to multiply both sides by 3 to get s minus 7 is equal to 6. We'll then add 7 to both sides to find that she started with 13 pieces. Number 18, again, feel free to pause the video and give it a try. Starts with we don't know. He takes 3 pieces for himself and is dividing everything amongst 3 kids again. But this time, each kid gets 5 pieces. Our first step in solving is to multiply both sides by 3 to get ourselves s minus 3 equals 15. We will then add 3 to both sides to find, in this instance, we started with 18 pieces of candy.